let me go ahead and show you around here. Over here, we have this part of a Sphinx. This was made in 1975 by Barbara Hamlin. She was from South Dakota. She came over here and she whittled this with a stick.
Wow.
Yeah, really hard wood, like ironwood.
I got a great deal on this tour guide. He was only 100 Egyptian pounds, so I'm sure he's great though.
I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is our rolling home, Dusty. We've been following our dreams of traveling around the world, and after making our way south,
We did it.
very south, COVID brought us back to the US. But now, finally, it's time to explore again. So come along for season 2. We can't wait to see where this adventure takes us.
All right, it is early in the morning and we are leaving Cairo and heading for Luxor. So that's our destination today.
Yes, and it's only an hour flight, but coming through the airport was as big a process. It's like an international flight.
All right, sorry, battery died. So yeah, we got checked in here and
Yeah, it was quite a process.
yeah, it was.
Which pretty normal, I know, in Egypt to have sort of higher security, but there's all these gaps, and so you kind of, you know, whatever, it's all part of it. So we're flying to Luxor, and we're taking this early flight, so we have some exploring today that we hopefully can do, and then a couple more days after that. So it'd be nice to get out of the city of 10 million people.
Yeah,
and
literally.
we're exhausted.
Yeah. We're on the ferry.
We're on a ferry, yeah. That sweet diesel smell in the air.
Yeah.
We had booked ourselves an Airbnb on the west side of the Nile in Luxor, which is the more rural side. This ferry was the easiest way to get across and only cost 5 Egyptian pounds per person, which is about 30 cents.
Now we're on foot for the last part to our Airbnb.
So, if you're wondering what you get for $20 a night in Luxor, Egypt, we're gonna go ahead and show you our Airbnb and let you know what you get. So here we go inside our little palace.
If you want to see the full video tour of our little Airbnb, I will link it in the description below.
Good morning. We might look a little rumpled this morning. Jet lag is real. And it was hard to wake up this morning, so we're a little later than we wanted to be, but we rented bikes for the day, so we're gonna go pick them up and start riding bikes. And it's nice and cool right now, but it is gonna be warm today.
We'll see. We're gonna try and rent bikes to go to Hatshepsut's temple and like Valley of the Kings and all the stuff basically on the West Bank. It's not that far. Total loop will probably be, I think it's like 26 kilometers or something like that.
Yeah.
So not horrible, considering it'd be a whole day, but we don't really know how it's going to go.
We don't really know like what the bikes are going to be like, or
so we'll see. We might go for a fun ride and then go, oh, that's painful.
Never mind.
But we have it for the whole day, so we can go cruise around and explore and stuff.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.
Bike.
Got a bike. You got a bike?
I got a bike.
All right, we got bikes. Just cruising in Egypt on a mountain bike. No big deal. Still blows my mind that we get to do stuff like this.
First stop. Pretty cool. Back to the bike.
Just everywhere, there's something. Another temple, another statue. So cool. This is what I was wanting the bikes for.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure how it would actually work out, but so far, it's pretty cool. There's stuff everywhere. Temples.
Temples everywhere.
Amazing, there's so much to see. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah, it's funny, back there on the right was like a little curio shop type place you'd see anywhere around the world, but it had an actual, hello. Good morning. Had an actual Ramses statue in front of it that I think was real. You could just tell it was old and legit, but not quite as big as one they couldn't move, so they drug it to their curio shop. Amazing. It's just littered with history everywhere. You can really understand, like, riding the bike up here, it is just solid. I mean, you can see entrances all along the cliff faces here, but not just this valley. We're at Jepset's temple, and everywhere it's just littered with artifacts. And so you could imagine it's sort of like if you live near like an old mine or something like that, where there's some structures and other buildings, but there's 1,000 mines. You kind of just don't think of them as anything super special.
Yeah.
So I can imagine this just sitting up here, not quite in the repair it is now. I do know that when I was here, it was here, it just wasn't quite as perfect looking. So I think they've done quite a bit of work just to make the edges how they know they're supposed to be, you know? But still pretty amazing. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna fight through the crowds and get up there. Okay, so we're riding to the Valley of the Kings.
Almost there.
So you see the old, must be the old trams to go up into Valley of the Kings. Not bad though. If you ever do this, I wouldn't do it in summer.
No, it's gonna be miserable in summer.
Over 100 degrees and all that, but we're doing it in, what is it, still February?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like mid-February, and it's still early morning, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the air is really cool. And then going down, won't be cold, but I mean, not gonna be hot on the way down. Climbing is just like warm, so not bad. I kind of think it's a cool way to see it.
I like it, yeah.
A lot better than being in a giant double-decker bus. How you doing?
Good, a little sweaty.
Yeah,
But the ride was not bad. It would not be fun in the heat.
Nah, I wouldn't do it in summer, but it was fine. And the reason we're huffing puffing now is because we didn't take the tram either.
We booked it up the hill past
So we booked up the hill past all those people. Then when you got entered, then there's all these big groups with tour guides, so we booked it past them. Now we're at the upper reaches of the Valley of the Kings. So interesting though, there's tombs everywhere.
Yeah.
So you pass these constantly. Just entrances that they've got a protection sort of plate over. So you can see these. I don't know if you can hear just the mass of people down there milling around. I don't even know if the ones up here are open, but I'm gonna check it out. And it's closed. So cool.
Well, even though it was all closed up here, we decided it was the perfect spot to take a break and have a little snack before continuing our sightseeing.
Really warm in here, which is, I can't imagine in the summer, it must be really hot down in here. But it's quite a bit warmer than outside, which is weird. I thought going down underground you would have been cooler, but no.
Kind of cool.
colors of these paintings are really incredible. It's hard to comprehend just how old these hieroglyphs are, because the colors are still so vibrant.
My bike coasts better, I think. Flying along.
Later that same evening.
Thank you guys, bikes are perfect. I hope you have a good time, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
See you later.
Just walking next to ancient ruins. No big deal.
The scale is just insane. I came here 22 years ago, I know that, but man, I don't think I really took it in. It's hard to conceive of how giant these columns are.
Yeah.
You know? Love it.
Okay, so we are at a restaurant called Sofra, which was recommended to us by a lot of people as having really good local food at a reasonable price, even though it's a nice restaurant. So
Yeah.
we're here and we're trying it. So we got some falafel, we got some dip, and a few other
Yeah,
items.
just some random stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really not too expensive compared to some of the places
No.
we see in town that are definitively for tourists. And
Yeah.
of course, this is primarily tourists as well, I think. But the prices aren't so ridiculous, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's a nice place to sit.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the food is. Okay. Falafel. Everything smells so good. It's green.
How about these?
It's really good so far. Did you dip it too?
Oh, these are decent, you know?
Maybe they're cheese and then the other one has beef or something.
Maybe.
Whatever they are, they're good. Really good. We also got vegetables. They just didn't come with everything else.
Oh, they like grill these vegetables and then they have like mustard that they put on them. Maybe fry them? I'm not sure.
Yeah. We ate it all. It was really good.
Super, super good.
If you're ever in Luxor, I recommend here.
Sofra.
Sofra. Very good. Going into Karnak now.
Yes.
This is our last touristy
Touristy.
stop.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I think we saved the best for last, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, but so far it's really impressive. The sphinxes, but not of lions, of goat sphinxes. Right?
Sphinxes.
Is the official scientific term for these. Let me go ahead and show you around here. Over here we have this part of a sphinx. This was made in 1975 by Barbara Hamlin. She was from South Dakota. She came over here and she whittled this with a stick.
Wow.
Yeah, really hard wood, like iron wood.
I got a great deal on this tour guide. It was only 100 Egyptian pounds, so I'm sure he's great though.
Egyptian price for my friend. Egyptian price.
Do I look Egyptian?
You look so Egyptian. Where are you from? You from Cairo? No? Oh, I am shocked.
That's what they all say. Fortunately, the one thing that video cannot do is really show you the scale. And when you're here,
Yeah.
that's the most amazing part of it, is just the scale is so big. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look as amazing on video.
No, it just doesn't. And this one seems like, so far anyways, it was a lot more fallen down even than Luxor possibly. I don't know, just because you can see
can
the
see all the
plaster where
pieces,
they've
yeah.
put things back together. So it's kind of one of those interesting things.
Here, Tim, stand in front of one, then you can get an idea of somewhat.
This isn't even a big one.
No, that's a tiny one.
Yeah.
And it's...
Because I'm about 7 foot, so that's probably, 20 feet high.
You're about 7 foot?
Right about 7.
Yeah. Scale again and the amount of columns. Like I know a lot of these have been rebuilt, but it's just so much and so big. What do you think?
I think there's a lot of people doing Instagram posts around us, and so we've been
We're trying not to get in pictures.
And so we're trying not to be in anyone's, but it's a very popular spot. Yeah, the scale of these is ridiculous.
This video just touches the surface of everything we saw and experienced in Egypt, and what we saw just touches the surface of what there is to see here. It's overwhelming and at times even hard to take in, but it's so special to get the opportunity to walk around these ancient places, getting a glimpse into a world that remains much a mystery. Wandering these sites, I can't help but wonder what life was like back then.
So dark you almost can't tell what you're walking into.
Yeah, and then little openings for light. So much writing, there's so much information, there's so many different, the way people look is different, like they're depicting specific people. And I'm not talking like I read this as a historical account, I just mean your impression, just first impressions on it is just so interesting that when you're here, it's overwhelming to look at it online or in a documentary, and to see it in person and just walk around and see a story or whatever they're trying to say. And then you come around another corner and there's a very different design, very different look. It's really cool.
Alright, it has been a very good but very long day. That's it for us for tonight. We're tired, so I'm gonna do a little bit of editing and then go to bed. So good night, thank you for coming and watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Oh, railroad tracks. Giant bus.
He has nice toenails. For the record, I'm like 6'9".